$5,000 a year to go be a Husky. That's how much they wanted in. Now, we only took a tiny slice of them, but we're still 82% Washingtonians. But to become a member of the UW freshman class, you have to be a very, very good student, but you do not have to be rich. You do not have to be a third-generation college graduate. 1/3 of our students who just graduated, they were the first member of their family to graduate from college. So the institution that I'm so proud of is one that has become a truly world-class university that competes with any university anywhere, but still allows anyone to gain access to that education who has the wherewithal to get in. That's a great accomplishment that I'm really proud of. I'm proud of the leadership team that we've assembled at the university. While it's always hard to leave, I have enormous confidence that the university is going to be successful going forward because of the people that are still there. The provost, who was just made interim president, Phyllis Wise, is going to be spectacular. She's going to surprise even herself at how good a job she does. The interim provost and the other people that are going to move into positions are going to be marvelous. The deans that are there are first class. They're as good a dean group as we've got anywhere in the country. All of that is moving along well. I'm very proud of some of the facilities that we've built and some of the programs that we've launched, most notably the College of the Environment and the incredible success we've had in global health. All of those things, and millions others, are things that just buoy me with pride. But I want to talk about, in leaving, something I regret, besides just having to leave. And that is that we have failed, and I'll take most of the blame for it, we have failed to communicate to the citizens of Washington what the role of the university is in the lives of all of our citizenry. The fact is we did a survey last summer, about a year ago right now. We asked citizens, it was a very well done study by an external group, so it didn't have any biases in it. And we asked the citizens of Washington what they thought of the UW. And it was incredibly positive. They loved it, they were proud of it, they really thought we were world class. They had us pretty pegged in terms of the strength that we have as a research enterprise and the big important role that we play there. And then we said, so are you willing to pay for that? Oh no, we don't want to pay for it. And we asked them to rank other priorities in state government, and the only thing that we beat was the category other. I'm not making this up, that was it. We beat the category other. That was it. And when we probed this a little bit more with focus groups and talking to people, it was that they realized that, oh, I would love nothing more than my son or daughter to go there. And if I get sick, I'm surely going to UW Medicine. In fact, the more sick I am, the more likely I am to go there. But they didn't see us playing any other role in their life. Well, they like going to football games, and they like going to the theater and going to art museums. And today, you may have seen in the paper our first step in trying to explain in pretty clear language what this institution means to this community. So let's put it in terms of just stark self-interest. It means money and it means jobs. We are the third largest employer in the state of Washington behind Boeing and Microsoft. We just concluded an economic assessment conducted again by an independent group, so it doesn't have our fingerprints on it. And they concluded that we create directly and indirectly 70,000 jobs in this community. 70,000 jobs. That in my tenure alone, in that time frame, I'm not taking credit for it, it just happened during my time frame, we created 7,500 new jobs. We created $9.2 billion of economic activity this year between direct and indirect. We created $1.50 of tax revenue going back to the state of Washington for every $1 we got. Now name another state entity that sends more money back than you send to it in direct tax revenue. We are one of the largest economic engines that the state of Washington could possibly have. It's gigantic. And here's the blessing and the curse. We can't leave. Okay? We can't leave. Now, you get the joke, right? The curse is we can't leave. If we could threaten to move the Huskies to Oklahoma City, we'd have that stadium built by now. It'd be done. If we could threaten to move the medical school to South Carolina, we wouldn't have a budget problem. It'd be taken care of. But we can't leave. Sten's comment was, I thought, a beautiful one in comparing these two books. I've read both of them. One of these was our book of the year on our Bothell campus, 3 Cups of Tea, and we had Greg Mortensen come talk. He was fabulous. Scott Oakey is a good friend of mine and many people in the room. 2 really, really good books. And your comparison was perfect, because we all have a tendency to take for granted those things that are all around us and we know are always going to be around us. I went to school because of investments of my father's generation, some of whom were in this room. I got to go to the UW because that generation built a great university. I get to travel on roads that are falling apart, but that my parents' generation built. I get to enjoy the state parks, all the public goods of this state, which are abundant because of the investments of a previous generation. And once those investments are made and they're there and you start taking them for granted, then you say, well, we just take that for granted. The people that don't have it, and I've lived and worked in states that don't have a University of Washington, they want it desperately because they know what it brings. $9 billion of economic activity, 70,000 jobs, all the cultural impact of having a great university in your midst, and the impact of $1.4 billion of funded research, second only to Johns Hopkins in the nation, that brings to this state, along with Boeing and Microsoft and all the other companies, the most educated citizenry in the country. The city of Seattle has the highest per capita, on a per capita basis, the highest educational attainment of any city in the United States. That's the good news. Here's the bad news. Most of them didn't go to school here. Most of them moved here. Most of them said, I want to live in that community because it's got a great university, there's great jobs, beautiful community, great quality of life, etc., etc. So CNBC today, I don't know if you saw it, put out a poll just this morning, ranking states based upon their business attractiveness. Washington did pretty well. We were 16th, I think, in the country. Not bad. Probably should be higher. But when you looked inside that and said, well, why did we rank so highly? One of the reasons we ranked so highly was the quality of the workforce, the educational attainment of the workforce. Got a great workforce, and of course, our technology industries. The university, Microsoft, the biotech industries, all of those things are the drivers that make the state an attractive place. When you looked at its educational rankings, we were ranked in the lower 30s, I think it was. The lower 30s, our state. That's not where we should be. But we're starting to take for granted what we have, and we need to fix that. My disappointment is that we haven't been able to convey to people that every person in the state has a stake in the success of this university. And in Seattle U, and in Seattle Pacific, and in WSU. You have no idea how hard that is for me to say. And in WSU. No, I'm just teasing. My brother's a cougar. I can't help it. And in WSU, all of those institutions are huge, huge drivers of what makes this state such an attractive place. We need to take care of those assets. They're vitally important to us. We need your help. The university needs your help in that effort. We need to get everyone to understand the role that we play, not just for Huskies, not just for students that are there now, but for each and every one of us every day. The hundreds of thousands of people that go through our hospitals. Most of you, how many of you, I won't ask you to raise your hands, but there's a shocking number of people that have no clue that we have anything to do with Harborview. We run Harborview. Everybody there's a UW employee. Everybody there's a Husky. We run Harborview. We run UW Medicine. Northwest Hospital just joined us. We're a monster in providing medical care and medical access across this region, not just this community. So obviously I'm very passionate about that. I'm incredibly passionate also about the role that we've started to become a player in as a research engine that creates the kind of innovation that also leads to solutions to our practical problems and to drive an economy forward, and to just plain wonderful old curiosity. Intellectual curiosity is a wonderful thing, and there are very few places on earth where you can exercise it, and a university, a great research university, happens to be one of them, and to have that in your midst is a marvelous, marvelous thing. So we need to worry about that.